Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Friday. We are here for another wonderful, great start of the day. I am having the rest of my juice, and all is well. Good morning, everyone. I know a lot of people have already been up, depending on the time zone, and already doing lives. Good morning, Grant. Welcome in. Welcome in. People are doing lives and posting early this morning. So it's a great day already. And I'm excited. Glad to see you all. Good morning, Rebecca. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, I am so glad it's Friday, you guys. I am so glad it's Friday. But I am energized. I slept well, even though I was up. Cheryl is here. I don't see Cheryl. Oh, there she is. Good morning, Cheryl. Happy Friday. I was up late last night on Chris Lee's live. We were talking about cartoons and uh, old stuff, old sayings. It was so much fun. I had a good time. He was saying that he goes live late in the night sometime to be able to have engagement with people that are in other countries and stuff. So I thought that was cool. I really thought that was cool. So how's it going? What is Friday looking like for you guys? Woo! I'm sticking to the plan. Instead of coffee this morning, I made some juice. Hi, Tamara. Welcome in, Tamara. Happy Friday. I made me some juice this morning. So this is day 2 of the juice. I'm only doing twice a week so I can see how my body and my stoma is going to respond to it. So, Rebecca, is kind of early, so I can't really tell anything right now. But I had the first one. I'm on the second one. And then I'll do it again next week. I want to go slow and take my time to see how it's going to go. But I think it's going to go great. And I may be able to let go of the coffee, even though my coffee wasn't caffeine, it was decaffeinated. But I really want to do this juice, and I spend a lot of money on the juicer too. So I really want to have an opportunity to use it. Yeah. So Grant, can you tell me what's going on with you and how you doing and how you feeling as you moving closer to your first live? You think so, Rebecca? You need to give up the coffee? Yeah, I love coffee in the morning. I really love coffee in the morning, but I'm going to love juice in the morning too. It's good to see everybody. So, I put up on the thumbnail, I put up a little topic. What do you guys think about this topic I got going on here? Ooh, health seems to be coming up a lot, especially in my life right now. Grant says, I'm doing good. I'm actually going, let me see here. Doing good. I'm actually going live about autism with Felicia. Oh, tonight at 8 p.m. Oh, good morning, Debbie Sue. Oh, I'm going to have to come in. Will I be able to get a link? Is there will I get a notification from your channel? It'll be on her channel. Okay, you're gonna have to send me a link or give me her channel title. Then I'll see it. I posted about it on my post. Okay, I'll see it because I'm going to, after I get done with everything I have to do today, I'm going to be spending time on different channels and catching replays and stuff this evening. And with Debbie Sue, I set a schedule for listening to her Friday stories. So I'm not going to listen to it like soon as I jump off the live. It's going to be my every Friday, my before bed time story. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little organized and synchronized in my life. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Grant. Hi, Paula. Now, Paula, wasn't you just live? Paula did her dishwashing live yesterday, which I had been missing those. So I'm glad that you came live yesterday, Paula. I really love the dishwashing stories because it's like we get a variety of things because we're just talking. Okay, so Grant says, to answer your first question, my main health triumph I'm proud of is getting and keeping my diabetes under control. Yes, the challenge I have is still getting to the gym every week. Okay, so you're health conscious, you're keeping your diabetes, you staying regulated with that, and you still working on getting to the gym. Is it possible to have something at the house that you could use until you get there? Let me see, Paula. Hey girl, yes, I was out in a field live this morning too. Yeah, I saw the notification, but I knew I was coming here. So I was like, I'll be catching a lot of the replays. And I love replays because I can get them, on my own time. And that way I can see the entire replay. I don't like to click on something and not finish it because sometimes some of the best stuff is right there in the middle or at the end, going toward the end. So I want to get all of it. So I love that we have the opportunity to have replays. So have you, I'm sure you guys may or may not know Tamara. This is the first time Tamara visited with me on a live, but Tamara is always with me in the comments in the videos that I do. So if you don't know Tamara, say hello, and Lala is here. Say hello and welcome in, Lala. Welcome in, everyone. So Lala, check it out. I'm finishing up my first juice. Well, my second one. This is my second one, but it's I'm almost to the bottom now for this one. So yeah, it's going on. Debbie Sue is in the house, and another congratulations to Debbie Sue for officially being monetized. So I'm happy and excited about that. So Grant has already responded to the health triumph, and he is keeping up with his diabetes and keeping it under control. So tell me, what are your health triumphs? What are your health triumphs right now? I will share mine in a bit. And you guys already pretty much know what my triumphs are, but every day, we get a new one too. So Rebecca says getting to the gym is so hard for her. Yeah. Now that's something I knew I really wasn't going to do because of my jobs. So I knew I wasn't going to get to the gym. And so the rebounder is working for me now, and we'll see as my garage continues to get to the place where I want it to get. Then I may add a couple things in there that I could do. Rebecca says she does better with home workouts. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. And I don't want to spend money for memberships. Like that you won, something that you won, something that you were successful in, and something that you're proud of, like uh, getting that winner's cup. That's what a triumph is to me. Tamara says, hello, everyone. Okay, wait, I lost it. Where did Tamara go? Tamara says, hello, everyone. I am 3 months, 6 days of being a new ostomate. And how are you doing with your health and your ostomate? I mean, your ostomy, your ostomy so far? Yes, yes. I'm getting ready to have a birthday, so I want to surprise and hang out with you guys for my stomaversary. I'm getting ready to have a stomaversary. Yes. Grant says, thankfully, I have 1 hour training every Sunday at the gym, so I get that at least. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to have a little mini gym because I know I'm not going to do a lot of the, strenuous stuff, but things that I could do at home, like I want a treadmill. I think they're calling them something more fancy now, but I want to get a treadmill. I have the rebounder, and so I'm glad for that. And I'm just gonna slow start it, a little bit at a time. So much more healthier than I was before. Absolutely, I feel the same way. I feel the same way too, because prior to getting the surgery and getting my ostomy, I was a mess. Paula said, I cannot get my honey to the gym. Plus, our only gym is super small, so I'm better at home. But Paula, you have the center that you go to, right? So you still getting a lot in. The rebounder is keeping me consistent at home. Yes. And Lala been on it every day since she got hers, and so have I. And so, but I'm sporadic on the time that I don't have a specific time that I get on yet, because I just, a lot of stuff be going on trying to manage candles and my 2 jobs and my husband and all of those things. So, but so far on my schedule, I have my bedtime story with Debbie Sue. That's one thing I got going. Rebecca's telling me to be careful with treadmills. They can cause issues. Oh, with the tendons and stuff. I injured both heels that way. Okay. So maybe just try to get out and walk, maybe on the, do a brisk walk on the weekends or something. It's so hard to get out of the house on the weekdays. It's hard to get out. I ran errands in the pouring down rain yesterday. I was like, oh my God. Yes, Paula, you have the senior workout. Yeah, so you get to do those, and then you and Rambo are out all the time walking. So yeah, so we working it out. I'm just so proud and so happy about, paying more attention to my health with exercise and stuff, because it's something I never did. And I paid for it, but now I'm coming on the positive and upside of it. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Yes, yes. So I'm going to be doing what I need to do, and I'm going to be consistent, because consistency is the key, because if you're sporadically doing it, then you won't really be able to reap the benefits of it, or see the benefits of it. So is there any more triumphs, where you may have been, at this one place in your health and in your life, and then you took another step, you moved up, a little bit at a time, or however it was that is happening or for you. Let's see. Consistency is key. Yes, Miss Paula. We've turned the corner and working on fitness. Yes, yes. And now, I really have a greater respect for fitness and health, And I think I may have still come to this place had I not got cancer and went through the treatments and the surgery and gotten the ostomy. I think I still would have been at this place in my life right now. Paula says starting a channel was a triumph for me, for sure. Yes, yes. And we talked about that yesterday in your live, And for me too, with the channel, being able to share my story and share my journey and talk openly about having an ostomy and the challenges that come with it and the triumphs that come with it, has really been good for me. And I'm seeing that it's also been good for a lot of other people too, that's been coming to the channel and visiting and sharing their stories and sharing how they're doing with their ostomies. And I never would have thought in my lifetime that I would have one, but I appreciate the benefits of it, and how my health has improved because of it. So yes, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, those are one challenge that I'm still having, and I've had it since December of last year, is the neuropathy. It was in my hands, so it's gone from my hands, but it is consistent in my feet. And it's such a challenge having it. Yeah, well, yeah, thank you for that, Paula. Sometimes I'm helping people and are encouraging other people, and I never know it because maybe they watch or they hear, but they don't come into the channel or come into the comment, I should say. And I get that as well, because I watched a lot of people during my treatment time on YouTube that had this type of channel. And I never commented. I always liked, and I've even shared their content, but I was just binge watching too, and just taking it all in. And a lot of the things that I do to manage my ostomy and function with my ostomy, I learned from them. So yeah. And some people, I finally did tell them, I started coming into the comment and letting them know how much they were helping me. And then some of them, I ended up meeting them last year, face to face. So that was good, But yeah, the challenge with the neuropathy, and they're telling me medically, the medical people are telling me that over time it's going to subside. And I'm like, okay, well, it's been a year and I can't feel my sheets. When you get that fresh sheet on your bed and you've had your bath or your shower and you get in the bed, and for me, I want to rub my feet on the sheet, and so I'm not having that feeling I used to get from that. I could barely feel my feet, and so that's the challenge that I'm dealing with now. But I'm trying the soursop leaves, in tea to see how that works and see how that if that helps me, because nothing that the doctors had given me worked. And who wants to take a lot of medication unnecessarily, So yeah, but that's one of the challenges that I still that I'm working through. But yeah, health is a big thing. Soursop is supposed to be very good. Yes, and it's a really big topic all over the world right now. And my cousin, I have my cousin that was helping me when I throughout my entire cancer journey. She had been helping me, and so she was bringing me soursop when I was in treatment, but it was like a applesauce. It looked like applesauce, and she was putting it in my food, and I did feel better so far as some of the pain and stuff that I was having during that time. But I just really want to see if it's gonna do anything for this neuropathy. And people are talking about soursop all over the world, and it comes in so many different forms, different ways that you can take it. So it's worth trying. But everybody is talking about it, and my cousin told me this morning that she had heard some negative information. I think she was watching the news or something, and she was saying that they were talking negative about it, and she was saying that she believes that that's because they don't want us to use it, because it may decrease the medication intake that, some people are having, and maybe, with the herbs and the soursops and different things that, hi, Vicky, welcome in. Uh, People may not need the medication and stuff that we're spending all the money on. So, maybe that's why she was saying that they don't want us to know about it or want us to use it. Yes, Miss Paula, and look it up when you get a chance. Look up the soursop, and so you can see about the benefits. How you been, Vicky? What's going on? What day are we on now? Because I lost track at 59. I was doing working out with Vicky too, just in the house, just doing the walking in place, and whew, it was good. But we're on day 62 now. I kind of lost track because all the other things that are happening that I have to do. Some things I just can't get on a fixed schedule with yet. Debbie Sue, you haven't heard of soursop either, Debbie Sue? Yeah, you guys check it out. Check it out and read about it. And when you're looking for the information for it, try to look at websites that are .org and .net opposed to .com. Some .com information is good. Excuse me, but see if you can find something with .org, organizations and things like places like that, because you probably get more accurate information from that. But yeah, soursop is a big conversation these days. Yeah. And so body image. Where are we at with body image? And even what does body image look like or mean to you? It could be in the form of aging, just getting older, body image because of ostomy, urostomy, ileostomy, colostomy, whichever one, body image in that place. Maybe you're caring for someone who is aging or who is having health challenges, and maybe they're concerned about some form of body image. Some people, young people, I think young people care more about body image than some of us older folks. Okay, let me see here. Vicky says I'm getting better with it the older I get. I think it's because I quit caring what others think. Yeah. Yeah. And you're caring more about how you feel about and what you think about yourself. And with this exercising that you're doing, I don't believe really it's about body image so much, but more about health, right? Am I right? Because you want to be healthier, you want to feel healthier, and you want to have more energy, especially with two boys, right? And being able to engage with them and have interaction and do all the stuff they want to do because they still little. Yeah. Neck wrinkles. I'm thinking what lotion I could rub on my neck. Okay. So Paula, have you been looking into anti-aging serums and like you're saying, you're wondering what lotion you can use for your neck? I have some wrinkles, but I'm like, okay. Yeah. Let me see. Aging is definitely doing a number on your body image. How so, Rebecca? Tell me more. Tell us more. Paula said, I have, but I doubt they work. And I think a lot of people, maybe some things work. I see all these commercials where they do the before and after, and they're saying, try this product. Maybe they work, maybe they don't. But at some point, we're still going to age. Rebecca said, I used to be in good shape easily. It's harder now. Yeah, because as we get older, it's a little more difficult, especially with menopause. Some people, I think, gain weight with going through menopause, and the weight is harder to come off than it was before. So yeah, maybe so. But I for me, I think being healthy and more energized on the inside, will, some of that will come out on the outside as well, but um, we're still going to, the body is dying day by day. We're aging day by day, and I don't think there's anything we can really do about it, but we can just be healthier as we go through that aging process. When I first started seeing signs of aging, I think I was in my 40s. 2009, I think I think it was 2009 when I first started experiencing menopause, and I'm still in there. That was 2009 was 100 years ago. Yeah, the menopause does change how your body behaves because of the hormones or lack of hormones. Welcome in, Kendi K. How are you? Yes, Paula says maybe I'll start being proud of my neck wrinkles. Yeah, you know, you're aging gracefully. You're doing all the other things that you need to do in order to function and live better, to move better, to breathe better. So as long as you're functioning, your health function is good, it's not much to do after a period of time with the looks, So good morning, Miss Layla. Happy Friday. How are you? But the soul will live on. Yes, so focus on being peaceful. It's easier said than done sometimes, though. Yes. Yes. And how are you doing with your ostomy, with that blockage that you shared? How's that going? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better? Kid K said, I'm paused too. Yeah. Yeah. This thing been going on for a long time for me now. I don't even know how many years that is from 2009 to now. But the only thing that I'm experiencing with it is the hot flashes. So everything else that happens with people with menopause, I guess I've already passed that. Yes. Let me get back down here and see. Yeah, I don't think I missed anything. So, yeah, Kendi K, we're talking about health triumphs, challenges, and body image, and, where we feel we've triumphed in our health, and, what challenges we're still working on and getting through, and the body image, how are we feeling about the body image as it relates to having an ostomy and, even being in public and, uh, you know, relationships, meeting new friends. And if you're not married or in a relationship right now, dating, what is dating like with the ostomy, and how are you feeling about, your body, and, hot flashes were hotter than I expected. Yeah. And I catch a cold every now and then. It doesn't last long. I may get a sore throat or a cough a couple weeks ago, and I'm coming down from a cough now, and that's because it's cold at night. So I have this portable heater and air thing on my nightstand. So I'm turning it on, turning it off, going from hot to cold. And yeah, so sometimes I catch a little cold. Kendi K said my hot flashes have calmed a lot, thankfully. Yes, and they come and go, and people can take medications and stuff for that. When I was I think maybe around 2010 or so, or 2011, my doctor was giving me some medication, but the medication was psychotropic medication. And so I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to take no psychotropic medication for that. I'll just use a fan. So I stopped doing that. She said I'm literally on fire, and then ice cold 7 minutes. Yes, yes. So especially during the night, I'm back and forth with that heater and that fan. Layla said, I think I focus more on my body image with an ostomy in the summer than in the winter. And does that have something to do with, because I think you're in New York, right? Does that have something to do with the climate too? Because I'm sure it really gets hot. And so sweating and stuff like that. Tell me more about that. Because I think for me, the summer has been the same as it has been. Yes, Kitty K, that back and forth with the space heater. Um, I think that it was the same for me, but maybe it doesn't get as hot here in California as it may in New York. I've never been to New York. I want to go, but tell me more about the climate and how that impacts your ostomy. Grant says, really appreciate the support you provide, Sandra. Thank you. I may be a guy among mostly ladies in here, but that's okay. Yes, it is. That's okay. Really am thankful for all the comments you put on my page as well. Yeah, when I come, I'm coming to learn and to share and support, through your journey. And so that's why I'm there. And I want the whole thing. I'm not just skipping through, I'm doing the whole thing. Let's see, Vicky. The summer was hard only because my boys wanted to go swimming all the time, and I feared getting in the water with an ostomy. And so you no longer have yours, Vicky. Is that correct? I believe you said you had it, but you don't have it anymore. Am I right? Let me know in the comment if I'm correct. Because if you still have it, have you overcome that uncomfortable feeling about getting in the pool, or if you don't have it anymore, did you ever get in the pool with it? I did, and I really want to do it now, because I think water aerobics too would be good for the back problems that I never talk about, you know. What? You know what? I have not looked since I think yesterday. But yes, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm growing. Yeah, Vicky, I want to hear from you on that. And Layla, said, yes, Brooklyn, I wear less clothes in the summer, exposing my bag more. Well, yeah, because it's hot. But my bag is always out, unless I, like today, I have on like a sweater, sweatpants, and this little jacket because it was like cold this morning. But in my pajamas or whatever, I don't even wear jeans anymore. I don't. If I was going to a market, one of those pop-up markets that I'm no longer doing, I would probably have on jeans, but I don't like to wear the jeans because I want my bag to be on the outside of me instead of on the inside. So I'm basically clothless a lot. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Candy K. I get that, Vicky. I was afraid of swimming too, but now I am in a swimming class. I wear an ostomy wrap and bodysuit while I swim. Yeah. Yeah. I just be in the water. I do wear, I love the bag covers. So I do have on a bag cover. And then when I was at that conference I keep talking about, there was someone there that was selling ostomy bag covers that were designed for water, for swimming. And so I have a few of those too. let's see. Unless you get those cool IUGA jeans with no zipper, no buttons, but still have have front and back pockets. Yeah. I wear a lot of the tights. I was doing that before too, is I had picked up a little bit of weight. And so I like those stretchy things where I could just slip them on and go. So I wear them all the time, and I'm crop topping a little bit more now. And even with the rebounder, I want to have all of these little exercise things. So I'm doing that. And a lot of times I'm out on in my front yard or on my porch, and I have on, shorts and a crop top and, bag cover, and is ostomy just out there. And a lot of times people think when I go in public too, that is some sort of fanny pack or a purse pouch and stuff. So I get a lot of compliments on that. Yeah. After the pandemic and at 50 and fabulous, I don't want any part of zippers and uncomfortable pants. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely not. We do not need all of that extra stuff. We just want to slip on, feel comfortable, and still be cute. And, that's what we want to do. Yes. Let's see, Vicky. I did get in the water, but I was always nervous. But you got in. You got in and you did it. So do you still have the ostomy? Do you still have your ostomy? And was it a ileostomy or a colostomy? Yeah, being cute is important. And you can be cute too while you're aging, because no matter what, we're going to age. So we could be cute in age. Yes. Tamara said, that is why I like these channels. It's going to help build confidence. It's so inspiring to see so many strong women living life and prospering. Yes, ma'am. And you will too, and you can too, and you are too. I'm speaking it now. And it's still early. So you're still going through some of the processing, the growing into the ostomy and stuff. But before you know it, girl, you're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot I got I got my ostomy. And have you had an experience yet with going in public and it making noise? Have you had that experience yet? I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. I don't know if it's funny or not, but probably about 5 months into my ostomy, me and my dog went to Target to buy some stuff. And while I was in the store, my bag started to balloon a little bit. So one of the store workers came up to me and asked me to what did I have under my blouse. I guess he thought that I was stealing. And so he asked me what was under my blouse, and I wasn't upset, I wasn't annoyed, I wasn't offended. And I just raised my shirt up and showed him, and I didn't have a bag cover on that day. And I showed it to him, and he panicked, he freaked out. He was apologizing, and he was saying, "Are you going to report me?" And I was laughing on the inside. I was like, of course I'm not going to report you and stuff. And I was just telling them, calm down, it's okay, but that's what the security is for in the store. You're a store worker, do your job, get on your walkie-talkie and say, I suspect that someone might be stealing, but he really did feel shame, and I felt something for him when that happened, because he was falling all over himself. And I just But that's the kind of person I am. I just showed him. I was like, here you go. I'm not stealing. But what's the being in public been like for you, Tamara, with your health? I mean, with your ostomy? I definitely had my ostomy talk while eating lunch with a coworker. I was eating a salad and she definitely heard it. She said, my ostomy usually is loud. I just said my ostomy is usually loud when eating salad. She was cool. Yeah. Yeah. I've been in places where people heard it, but they didn't respond. You know, they didn't say anything. They just like, ooh, what was that? You know. But I just think that, and I've said it before, if someone does say something, that's an opportunity to share information with them, you know, because they may have a family member or know someone, or they may even end up on a date with somebody and not know yet that they have an ostomy. So uh, that's good. She's my work bestie for life now. Surely, surely. Ah, he shouldn't suspect at all with all those cameras unless he saw you steal. We are too grown to go to jail. Yeah, yes, yes. But I was telling him, you know, that's what security is for, you know. So, but don't worry about it, you know, and no, I'm not gonna report you or go running trying to tell your manager or anything like that. It's not that serious for me. But you should be careful about how you approach people. You know, why just do your job. Paula said, good for you for showing him mercy. I'm sure he was embarrassed. Yes, he was. Yeah, he was. So Vicky said, no, I don't have ostomy anymore. It was a colostomy bag. I was supposed to have it for 6 months, but ended up with it for 5 years. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Because we do you know why? Because we never know. I've heard people say that they were supposed to have like a reversal, and then they decided not to, and felt that their life was better with the ostomy opposed to getting a reversal. So they never did reverse. Yes. So glad that you have that testimony, Vicky. God is faithful for sure. Yes, he is. And I am so glad to know that there are things that we can do to enhance our health. And, you know, after a chronic illness or an accident, or, you know, some people get ostomies because they've been shot. And that was the only time I ever knew anything about an ostomy, is because, you know, someone was shot and paralyzed. So, but we have all of these things that help us, you know, but at the same time, with that assistance, we have to do things to help ourselves too, you know, so that we could function and live better, live more healthy. Kenny K said, well, if he wasn't security, then his job was to alert security. Yeah, he could have just got on the mic, on the walkie-talkie or whatever, so they could gather video evidence. I have zero tolerance for the ish in 2026. Yes. Yes. Tamara said, I am in transition to find a job. I used to be a painter and drywaller. Really? I don't think I can do that kind of work no more. Too much heavy lifting. Yeah, but maybe you can supervise. You can supervise and teach other people how to do it. You know, if you haven't thought about that, maybe that's a thought, you know. Um, if you really, really have a passion for that. You know, I was someone had asked me to if I wanted to come in spring and come to an outdoor pop-up event uh, in another city where I used to go. And I just texted her back and told her that I'm not doing that anymore because of the 10 by 10 canopy. I used to drag my canopy out of the car and pop it up, pop it back down, and pulling in the pulley cart to get to the pop-up destination from my car. And I'm not doing all that stuff no more, so I've finally taken my canopy out of the car, and my 6-foot table, 4-foot table, and all that stuff I was traveling with. I don't think that I should be doing all that heavy lifting anymore. And Carol brought up the other day, about the potential for hernia. So I kind of backed up on that. Candy K said, Tamara, you know how to do drywall after a renovation? I purchased many sheets of Durock. See, I don't even know what that stuff is. But yeah, that's some good stuff, drywalling. And I learned to weld, but I never did anything with it. I never did anything with that. Wait a minute. Hold on here. Vicky said, I had an ostomy bag and I had CDEF. It smelled that horrible. What is CDEF? Seated? Oh, seated. I had to burp my bag, even being in the restroom. People was complaining. So you didn't know about or have any of the deodorizing lubricants? I'm sure you heard me. I'll be talking about that deodorizing lubricant I use every day. And Layla uses Tic Tacs in her bag. But how in the world, let me just say this. How in the world do people complain about smell or odor, colostomy bag or not? When you go to the bathroom the traditional way, there's always the potential for poop to smell. So that's the thing that I don't get. And I think that it's not even so much of the odor, it's with other people. I think it's the thought of the bag itself. That's what I think it is, because when you walking your dog and you pick up the dog poop, it can smell. When you go to the bathroom, it can smell. So I really don't get that. I really, that's something that I'm just like, what's it like when you go to the bathroom? Is it like roses? No. Paula said, my niece's husband has a colostomy after being shot. Yes. So, in my earlier years, in my teens, I knew a couple guys that had gotten shot. And so that's why they had an ostomy. I don't know if it was a colostomy or ileostomy, but they had it. But I never saw it, And there was this guy that I really liked him. His name was Derek. And he told me that he had a ostomy. But I was like, I don't care. I didn't really know what it was, but I didn't care. I just wanted to date him, So, but we ended up going our separate ways because I moved away from that neighborhood where I was when I met him. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's just so normal. It has really become normal for me, as I learn more about it and learning to live with it. I kind of like it. To me is cleaner going from the front than going to the back. The thing that I was challenged with, though, going through this, is when I heard that I wasn't going to have a backside anymore. That was the part that was disturbing to me because, our bodies are designed a specific way, right? So God made us this way. So when you say that, we're going to remove your rectum and we're going to remove your sigmoid colon and remove your anus or sew it shut, it's like, that was very shocking for me. I was like, what? And that was really hard for me to process. But and then I started seeing people on the YouTube channels, and they were talking about Barbie butt. That's what they call it. And so, it took some getting used to it, but I'm totally okay with it. I'm not struggling with, nobody's looking back there anyway, except maybe my husband. But, we butt stuff, it's a very personal, private part of the body. And so, I really struggle with that. But yeah, I don't understand about, the smell, but I always feel good about letting people know that you're not going to smell it. That's my little sassy, thing like that. So, yeah. But body image, I still see that younger people care more about how they look and how they present than older people do, unless older people are just not talking about it as much. And that's another reason why I wanted to talk about body image and what that looks like, and what it means to different people. Because I think I was in my late 30s, early 40s, and I got my first gray hair. And I was like, oh my God, But as I age, I just feel like I'm getting better. And I look at it more of a maturity thing. But also, it's not so much of body image for me. It's about body health, that I can still move and walk and, function, because, and what really triggered it too, so far as being able to move, is when I came out of surgery. And after being in the hospital 3 weeks, and even though I was walking, because when you, after you have the surgery, like the very next day, they have you up and walking, so, but walking in the hospital, going around a few times in the hallway is not really walking. So, when I came home, I was on a walker and I couldn't walk really well. So I had to get out every day with the walker and try to walk. And that really triggered my thoughts around you need to be able to move, So I was walking. a lot. And then as I continued to walk, I was strengthening myself. And at the time I had my dog and stuff, and she be wanting to run. So but when I went back to work, I wasn't able to get out and walk and stuff. And so, and then that's when the rebounder came into play. And so, yeah, so I don't really, I know I'm going to have wrinkles, and I don't really care. And I always thought that I would want to wear makeup, and I've gotten makeup sometimes and I've worn it a couple times, but I don't even do that because I think it takes too long to apply it. And then later on, you got to take it off. And I'm just like, I'm a Vaseline girl. I was just like, no, I don't want to do it, but I do want to be able to move around, and I want to be able to, I have 3 grandsons, and I want to be able to be active with them. They like to play. And when they come over here, they want to run in the backyard and they want to be chased and all that stuff. So that's more important to me to be more physically mobile, and I know that I have the spine issues that I've had since I was 17 years old. So that's what it is for me, not so much body. Ooh, I missed a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's see. Let me go. I'm coming back to the chat, y'all. I missed all of that stuff. I wonder if it will impact me getting a job. Your ostomy? Why? No. I would think not. What do you guys think? I would think not. No. You share more about why you think that it might, or that what makes you wonder about it. Candy K says, Tamara, you know how to do drywall. Okay, we did that. I saw that one. Okay, I lost stuff. Get the job first, Tamara. Then by federal law, they must provide accommodations for you. Any business with greater than 100 employees. Okay, surely you saw that, Tamara. Yeah. I don't think, yeah, the deodorizing lubricant. Mm-hmm. Candy K say, I keep my poop spray in my travel bag. My poop be offensive to me. Right. Because it's a normal body function. It's waste, So I have I make spray, I make spray, and but because I have the deodorizing lubricant, this stuff really is good. It really works. And when I went on a cruise for the first time in my life, October of 2025, and I was in the bathroom. I was just burping. I think I was just burping the bag. And when I came out of the stall, someone came into the stall, and she asked me, do you have some eucalyptus spray? I had the Revel eucalyptus deodorizing lubricant in my bag. So yeah, that's something we can use. And people in the public, I would never be rude or disrespectful to anybody, but if somebody says something to me about that, I would say something nice but effective. I'll just put it that way. It's a plus that we get to get deodorizers and people without stoma bags don't have. Ha ha. Yeah. Yeah. I did 22 years in a physical prison in my life. I refuse to let my ostomy imprison me in my mind, and so that's another reason why I wanted to have a channel where I can help people and talk to people and share with people, about living with ostomy, because it could imprison you in your mind and hinder you from functioning and living. And I don't want that. No. So I'm like, it's a life. It saves lives, so you got your life, live it. What is the difference between an ostomy and colostomy? So an ostomy is just the term that we use to identify urostomy, which is for urine, people that have problems with their urinary system, and so they have urostomies, and they go to the bathroom that way. Colostomy is people who still have a portion of their large intestines, and so they're going to the bathroom through their large intestines, through their stomach. And the ileostomy is like the other way around. They no longer have the function of the large intestine, but the small intestines, and their ostomy is on the right side. So it's just a term to encompass all ostomies. The urostomy, ileostomy, and colostomy. That's the easiest way that I can explain it. So Grant said, my cousin had a colostomy bag after a pretty severe wreck. And yes, Kendi K, I was wondering the difference between the two. So yeah, it's just the term we use to speak of all of the different types that we have, because they're not all exactly the same. Vicky said, no, I didn't know about them. Yeah. Well, you don't have to so much worry about it now, but you can, now that you know, you can help other people who you may encounter who do have the ostomies. Modern medicine is helping people to live longer. Yes, ma'am. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I had my own business for 12 years, a sole proprietorship. So I had to do everything. Kendi, I am not familiar with Durock. I use sheetrock, excuse me, but I was more of a finisher than a hanger of sheetrock. Wow. 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 That's some good stuff. Is money in that, because you're rebuilding. Durock is concrete in force. It's the 2025 sheetrock. It's worth it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Barbie butt. Yes, Paula, Barbie butt. Kendi's K said Tamara is a boss. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. You should consult small business owners for pay, of course. You have expertise to mentor. That's what I'm talking about. New business owners or offer apprenticeships or tech at the VO Tech or community colleges in your area. Yeah. Girl, you got a skill. Yeah. Cheryl. So there's colostomy, ileostomy, or urostomy. My brother had an ileostomy and a urostomy. It was not easy for him. So he was double bagged. Yeah. I met a couple people that were. And it's management. But people learn to live with these appliances that help us live longer and function better. And it's a matter of where you are in your mind and how you process and how you accept that you're a little different, and the dictates and the negative input from the naysayers, being able to manage that, when it comes up and when it comes into your life is very important. And if not managed, then, there's a potential for going into depression and different mental health challenges. So I always encourage people to look at what having it has done for your life and, how it's helping you to move forward and live. We want to, if we didn't want to live, we would have not had these surgeries, and we would not have made these decisions to change. And take the support of the colostomies and ileostomies. Yes. Who are you asking? Do you still have a doggy? No, San was her name. She was 2 years old. During my treatment, and when I lived in an apartment building before I moved here, there was the manager in the building who took care of San when I was doing treatment and when I couldn't care for her. Most of the time I was able to, walk her and stuff, but they really bonded when I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And then after I got out, she was visiting all the time. And finally, I let her take San with her because she had a dog named Keisha. And every time that I would mention Monet or Keisha, San would just go crazy and she'd start running to the door and she's looking for Keisha and Monet. And I finally allowed her to go live with them. So I don't have her anymore. But and then she blocked me. So maybe that was the best for me because I was texting and asking, how's she doing? Is she okay? And all that stuff. But she does have a better quality of life. Monet is young and they do a lot of things and go a lot of places. So I let her go, and it's better for me because I have more freedom. So, but I won't be getting another dog because I'm still grieving that she's gone. So Kitty K says, Tamara, you're the brains. Teach these young folks your talent. They need a vocation and some life skills beyond playing on their cell phones. Shaking my head. Yes, Tamara. Yes. Yes. Frequent bathroom breaks, Tamara was saying. Kitty say, preach, Sandra. We cannot let our minds keep us in prison. The devil is a lie. Yes, he is. Because I ain't going back to prison. Physically or mentally, and it could take you there, because of not being able to accept where you are, and on top of that, listening to and thinking about what other people are saying. If you drink that and you eat that, that's what's going to come out. And since God allowed us to have more life and allowed us to have a better quality of life, we need to be living it to the fullest and helping other people get there as well. Ostomy is like an umbrella term for all of the digestive reworks, I guess. Yes, absolutely. So when in the very beginning, when I started the channel, some people were wondering what the difference is with colorectal cancer, colon cancer, and rectal cancer. And so I would say colorectal cancer is the umbrella that colon cancer and rectal cancer sits under because they're somewhat different, So yeah, that's it. It's the umbrella. It's the umbrella term for all of the different systems. So Vicky says, when I worked security, because sometimes we had to go hands-on, so they wanted me to switch departments, but they offered other positions. Yeah. There's definitely, girl, just give it a minute and look into these things and listen to the suggestions that were provided in this live today. Look some stuff up and start planning for going back to work and doing what you love. Kitty K said, I'm supposed to be out running my errands, so I'm switching now to listening on my phone. That's it. Sometimes when I'm running errands, which is not that much because my husband does the shopping and he goes to get the household supplies and stuff. But every now and then I have to go out for, certain stuff that I want, errands that I want for myself. And that's my opportunity to listen. I have met so many people, and there's so many good channels and so many great people. I'm binging channels all the time. And when I'm driving, especially if I'm driving a distance, that's a good time to listen. Yeah. Kendi K is Deion Sanders. Oh, okay. Deion Sanders. What about Deion Sanders? He was an athlete, right? Okay, so I think I went through the whole chat. If I missed something, I apologize. I'm so slow sipping on this. I'm enjoying the conversation that we're having and the engagement. But I would like to ask, what do you guys think or feel like you want to know that I haven't talked about, or I haven't shared, or I haven't did a video about it, or a question that I may not have answered? What would you like to hear and see from me next? I don't know a lot of stuff, but what I do know how to do is be genuine and really care about people and share myself with them. So anything, within reason, of course, that you want to know or you want to ask, or just ask me or let me know. What do you want to see from me next? I was talking about, I had a video that I had made last night. And do most people have these ostomies reversed? Some people do. And it depends on whatever I didn't know that. It depends on what type of, what reason that they had for having it. So everybody that get it doesn't necessarily have to have it permanently. I'm permanent. And if I did have an opportunity to reverse, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because somehow in my mind I think that I wouldn't function the same, especially with my age. So, but yeah, some people do have the opportunity to get reversed, and we all have the ostomies for different reasons. So it varies. I didn't know Deion Sanders had bladder cancer. They keep a porta potty on the sidelines for him. He is now head coach of Colorado. I did not know that. That's good to know. And we were in a live, maybe my first one. I haven't done that many, but somebody had brought up the porta potty. I'm thinking it was Cheryl might have shared that. That's something, hopefully it's specifically for him and only he uses it, because I can't imagine. It's hard to imagine, even though I've been in one, but I don't think I've been in a porta potty during the time that I had an ostomy. Wow. I hope that is specifically for his use only, because porta potties, if you don't get them use them when they're clean, all the people that went before you, that would just be not happiness for me. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me and sharing with me, and taking your time out of the day to hang out with me. I really enjoyed the topic, the conversation, the information, the shares. Tamara, was able to get some information that's going to help her to become employed, and maybe even more than just employed, but to expand in her craft. And so that's good. That's good. It's just so much that we can do and that we're able to do now that we have this health benefit. This is a health benefit, and we just need to manage it, take care of it, and don't take it for granted. Vicky gonna say something in here that I can't pronounce. I still have to take what is this word? Cholesterol. Cholesterol. What is that? Because they remove most of my large intestine. So I frequently, like within 30 minutes of eating, have to use the bathroom. Okay. So you're still being supported medically in that way. And that's the thing for me. And I was talking about in a video the other day that I had an accident right when I was changing my bag. And so I'm learning how to know when exactly I'm going to go, so it's usually 30 to 45 minutes after I eat. That's what I've learned so far. And that day when I had the accident, I don't think I had waited long enough. But even the accidents are okay with me too at this point. So Rebecca says, do you have to meet up with other ostomates? No, but I want to. I always want to. So I'm not in like any type of community or local group or anything. But that first meetup that I shared with you a while back with the UOAA, that was my first time really meeting other ostomates and such. And it's something that I want to do all the time. I met a lady about a month and a half ago. My partner for my other this lady that I partner with for my other candle business, we're partnered. She was in one of the stores that we're in, and I was in the other store. She called me and said, "Oh, there's a lady here that want to talk to you because she has an ostomy." So I connected with her. Come to find out, she lives a couple blocks from me. So I went by and I met her and I seen her and I took her some stuff. But that it was just a one-time encounter, and she she's going to have a reversal too, by the way, but she didn't want to sustain the connection and the relationship, so I respected that. But no, we don't have to meet up, but it sure would be nice if we could more than every 2 years. So the UOAA hosts a big 3-day thing every 2 years. But I would like to, be hanging out with ostomates and hanging out with friends. And most everyone that I have met and that I do kind of know, they all live in different states. I'm here in California, and Layla's in New York. I don't know where Tamara lives. But Amy, my friend Amy, she lives in Arizona, which Arizona is a little closer to me. But yeah, I would love to meet up more and go hang out. I have a cocktail every now and then too. Every now and then. But yeah, I like to go and hang out and dance and have fun and share information and talk about our lives because, oh, Washington State, that's right. You just told me that the other day. You had a question about it, about the time zone. We're the same time zone. Washington State, yes. So yeah, I would love to do it more often. And I swore that I wasn't gonna bring it up again because I keep talking about getting together, not just with Ostomates, but with everybody that I've come in contact with. So but I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm gonna work on it, and the next time maybe that I bring it up, I could come up and say, hey, I have somewhat of a plan. you know. So yeah. But yeah, it's a good, it's a from where I'm sitting, it's a good life. My life is better. My life is better. And I just did not know that I had cancer. I didn't know it. I didn't get a bunch of symptoms. I speak a lot about early detection, saving lives, and getting screened and not allowing any medical person or any medical professional telling you, that you're too young, because a lot of people, especially people with ileostomies, had chronic illnesses since they were very young, and that's how they ended up with their ileostomies. And so I don't think a person is too young to have diabetes, or too young to have, being impacted by cancer, or Crohn's, or whatever an illness can bring. It doesn't designate who is going to impact. So I always try to remind people to get screened, have a mammogram when you're supposed to have it, have the blood draws when you're supposed to have them. Periodically, they ask me to come in and do a lab, and I go because I just didn't know. And as I understand that thing had been in my body for a minute, had been in there for some time. Yes, Grant, that's exactly what I could not think to say. Illness isn't a respecter of age, for sure. It's no respecter. It is no respect of person. So um make sure you guys get screened and get tested, and go that extra mile or drive that extra mile to early detection. It's a big thing. Vicky lives in Iowa. How you say it? Iowa. Vicky lives in Iowa. So yeah, we're all spread apart, but look at us all together here right now. And that's another beautiful thing I like about the internet and YouTube, is that it connects people. Instagram, Facebook, and all these other social media outlets. I'm on a couple of them, but I'm really just focusing on YouTube right now. And I'm grateful that I have met so many wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. I'm always on the ceiling about that. Tamara says, my dad died from colon cancer. It manifested to his liver. I wish he would have been tested sooner. Yeah. My dad died as well from cancer. It was in his bones. And he knew, from what I understand, I was incarcerated during that time, but he knew, and they tell me that he refused treatment. He didn't want treatment. He just wanted to let it do its process. And so he passed away from that. I'm sorry that you lost your dad. How long has it been? How long has it been since you lost your dad? Excuse me for drinking. I'm so glad you caught it in time. Me too. Because I swear I wasn't, the symptoms that I shared in some of those older videos, I wasn't getting those symptoms. I just had spots of blood when I wipe sometimes. And I thought it was my hemorrhoids because I've had hemorrhoids since I had the baby when I was a teenager. So when I seen it, I was like, oh, my hemorrhoids is doing it again. But then one day I passed a clot, and that was the thing to let me know. 27 years. Okay. Okay. You know, okay. Yeah, and things were so much more different back then, so a lot of times they didn't have all the information and technology that they have now. He was younger than me at the time. He was 54. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry you lost your dad. I miss my dad so much, and I'm so thankful that I had him in my life and stuff. I wrote a lot about my dad. I was crazy about my dad, no matter what he did. But yes, early detection is very important. Technology is more advanced now. We have more support and help than people had like 27 years ago. I heard that my aunt had a colostomy. Uh, well, I'm gonna say an ostomy because I don't know which one she had, but I never knew. I never knew about that. I didn't know. Yeah, yeah. So we want to stay on top of it, and even after having it, that like we have it, we have Grant has diabetes. We have to. There's an upkeep that we have to do. There's still doctor's appointments and blood draws and um, things that even come up, challenges. That's why I wanted to talk about challenges today. Things come up, and we need to be able to cultivate. You got nice, pretty green grass, but if you don't water it, and you don't keep it cut, and you don't, you know, do the things that you need to do to keep it green, it's gonna die. You know, and so we have to cultivate our lives and cultivate our along with the helps that we get with the illnesses and all of the support and help and benefits that we get along with enhancing our health. Yeah. So yes, um I'm just happy. I'm always a happy-go-lucky. I'm so glad that you guys showed up and sat with me on today. So what are the plans? What are the plans for the weekend? What do you guys got going for Saturday and Sunday? What's happening? I'm going to be crocheting all day tomorrow, or for as long as I can. I'm going back to making pillows because I want to put them on my Shopify uh, little store. Pillows for the comfort collection that I have. Going to be crocheting and making blankets. I have a wall that's full of yarn from that I had from when I was in treatment. I was crocheting a lot when I was in treatment, and so I'm going to. I have started crocheting again. Swim class, cleaning and chilling. Yes, swim class, and there's a park right up the street from me too, and they have a pool, but it's just been like cold. I'm like, It's been cold and raining, but we're having sunshine today. But I will be going to the pool. Let's see. Grant said, going to enjoy Saturday's weather before snow returns Saturday night. Okay, and Grant, where are you again? Making videos. I'm behind. Okay. Okay. But I got replay videos of yours that I'm using. So yeah, it's easy to get behind. Time is moving so fast. Time is moving so fast. I'm bowling today and cards tomorrow with friends. Yeah, bowling. I love to bowl. We used to do bowling a lot growing up. Bowling and skating. West Virginia. Okay, Grant. And Grant, you said 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock p.m. You're gonna be live with someone. And it's on your site. So as I'm binge watching on channels today, I'll pick that up and I will attend unless something happens and I can't come. But for the most part, and I would definitely see you on Sunday. Felicia Marie Bees. Let me see. Let me write that down. Felicia Marie Bees. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm going to do my best to get myself right on over there. Debbie Sue said, I'm going to rest up this weekend. I have a long ride to my surgery follow-up appointment Monday. If I don't get snowed in again, I pray not. I hope you get to make it to your appointment. And it's a long drive. Wow. Yeah. Because this appointment will be the follow-up from the last time it snowed. Yeah. You guys are snow, and I'm talking about I'm cold. You guys are dealing with snow. We are expecting a lot of snow here in Virginia later Sunday and into Monday. Okay. Okay. Snow. Be snowed in. No, we don't want to be snowed in. It's okay for the snow just long as it's not hindering some of the things that you want to do, I would guess. And it snows somewhere here in California, but not where I'm at. Not where I'm at. I haven't seen snow ever in southern South. I live in South. They call it South Los Angeles now, but initially it was South Central Los Angeles. So that's where I live, and what a lot of us term as we call it the low bottoms. Is it is where it is. But so I haven't really experienced snow. I've gone on field trips when I was in school and went to where the snow was. But as a everyday or seasonal occurrence, no snow, for me. And a couple nights ago, it rained so hard, but that's the most of it. We finally getting some rain. And so it rained for 2 or 3 days recently, and then today looks like the sun is out. So yeah, we're all over the world, and we're living life to the fullest, managing ostomies and diabetes and other illnesses, back problems, weight issues. We're managing and we're living it. That's why I call my channel what it is, living it, because I'm living it, and not letting it, overpower me or outlive me. I'm living in it, living it daily. So yeah, I'm gonna crochet tomorrow, and Sunday I'm not even sure yet. you know, my grandkids may want me to come up, or they may come down to visit with me and or something. But just one day at a time. But I know I need to really work on my pillows and stuff so I can get them up there. And yes, I do a lot of candle making and crafting, and uh, I'm always trying to figure out how to make something, soap and all these different things. So that's how I stay relaxed and stay in my self-care. And I like quiet mode. Or if I could get a good movie, a series, I like to binge watch on Netflix. But I haven't done that in a while because I haven't seen anything that's interesting for me to be watching. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And in the meantime, you all, I'm going to go ahead. I didn't have the benefit that I've had for the last two past Fridays. I had no work because I had gotten everything done. Um, but today I have to go to work because it was just a lot of stuff. Even though I did a bunch of stuff yesterday, I still have a lot to go. So I'm going to go ahead and go on in and get it done so that I could have the rest of the evening to enjoy and binge watch channels. I love going on you guys' channels and uh, learning and just laughing and having fun, too. So I want to thank you guys for being here again. And I will see you again next Wednesday and next Friday. And hopefully, I will be blessed to continue with my Monday and Thursday long form videos. And if there is anything that you guys want to see from me, or anything that you want to know, or whatever it is, just let me know, and I'll do my best to accommodate you and share with you and spend more time with you. And I will see you soon.